Hello, you guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the Gavotte and the Musette. And we're here on my part 2 or take 2 setup. And I really appreciate your patience with me once again. I really, fingers crossed, hope that this one works. But I just have to sit down and get these recorded for you all today. So thank you for your patience with me, and a special hello and warm welcome to those of you on Patreon. This is your weekly video lesson, yay! And also a special warm welcome to those of you on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and you should be on Patreon as well. There's a link for you below. There's all sorts of things that we do there, which I'll talk about at the end. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the second part of the Musette from the Old Masters series for young players. Links are either in the YouTube description for you on imslp, or if you're on Patreon, there's a link to that in your post for today. So let's bring that up, see if you can find that, and then we're going to look at the second part of this little piece today. In fact, it's not really that little, it's the entire page. And we're going to be exploring the second half. We're going to be looking at where we have the key change, which is down on line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, line 6, kind of in the middle-ish, towards the end of line 6 there. There is 2 natural signs and a flat. The reason why there's 2 natural signs there is because we were just in 2 sharps, so they're just naturalizing those and applying a flat. So this one's a little bit trickier. And so before I play it for you with the, it's like a drone that we're adding. We're either adding the open A, or we're adding, there's like it's basically open A the whole time, isn't it? That's interesting. So we're basically just adding like an open string along with the melody. I just want to point out that you don't have to necessarily play the drone note. I'm going to play the melody for you so that you can hear it. And actually, interestingly, sometimes the melody is high and sometimes the melody is low. It's kind of fun how it jumps around like that. So I'm going to just play it for you to begin with. And maybe if it's helpful for you and you're catching where the melody is kind of skipping around, not the long held note, but whatever's like kind of changing rhythmically, put like a little arrow there or a little star there, or you could even circle those notes. That way you can start with that. That's what we're going to start with, in fact, when we play it together, and then we'll try it with the drone. So let me go ahead and play it for you, and I'm going to just play the lower notes for you. So rather than playing with the drone as the A, I'm going to just play the notes on the D string that are the melody. And then I go to the top strings, and the drone is here on the A, but the melody is on the E string. And then it goes to the melody on the D string with the drone still on the A. Here's the second half, so I'm going to continue, and the melody goes to the E string again. And then the drone is still in the A, but the melody goes to the D string. Use a 4th finger for that, because we're also going to have to play open A with it eventually, so just use your 4th finger there, put a 4. All right, so if you've got that all kind of outlined, let's go ahead and do a couple music theory things together and put in some other little details here and there. The first thing, the music theory thing. Does anyone out there remember what the 1 flat is? The order of the flats is the reverse order of the sharps. So if you remember, Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast, that's the order of the sharps. The order of the flats starts with breakfast, and then eats, and then and. So it's just the reverse order of the sharps. I always remember it because it starts with the word B-E-A-D, bead. And usually you don't have to worry about a zillion flats, so you're good if you remember bead. But after bead is G-C-F. Bead, GCF is the order of the flats. So we have a B flat. That's going to help us figure out our key, not our key signature, but our key signature, and also our hand pattern is what I was trying to say. So let's start out with just getting our hand pattern. Let's start on the G string, and we're gonna map out where our fingers go with everything natural, but applying that B flat. So G, A, B flat's right next to it, whole step to C, whole step to D, and this gives us our low 2 hand pattern. We're gonna hop over to the next string, so we have D, E, F, not F sharp, but F, G, A, so it's the same low 2 hand pattern, just like on the G string. On the A string, the first finger is gonna have to reach back, but everything else is the same. So we have A, B flat, whole step to C, whole step to D, whole step to E. So you can see over here on the D string, first finger has to come way up, but on the A string over here, first finger has to come way back, but everything is the same. So let's call this low 1 plus all whole steps, okay? And on the E string, we have E, F natural, not F sharp, but F natural, a whole step to G, a whole step to A, and then your little half step to B flat. So we have 3 hand patterns. Let's review. On the G string and D string, you can map them out at the same time. We've got this low 2 hand pattern. On the A string, we have a B flat with all whole steps. And on the E string, you've got your extended 3rd hand pattern on a little half step there. All right. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's try all separate bows to start with, because it's a little bit tricky with the slur. And we're gonna try and play it piano. All right, so I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and we'll come in on beat 3. All right, so just playing the melody below, don't worry about that long held A. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We're gonna skip the open A. Let's hop over to the E string. The melody is on the E string there. Ready? 1, 2. Trill. Stay on the E string. And then we've got our open A, but the melody is actually on the D string out of those two. So let's go to the D string, start on your F. I forgot to do separate bows there, sorry. So if we put it together with the drone, it would sound like this. I haven't played it with the drone for you, so I'm gonna just do that really quickly and then we'll go look at the second half. And it's also piano, which is really hard to do. I'm gonna have to scoot back so I have a little more room here. So, 1, 2. And then it says, second time, pianissimo. Do you see that written above there? It says 2 da. So second time, when you do the repeat, you're going to play it even quieter. So even less bow. It's very magical. I love it. So let's go to the second half. The second half where that mezzo forte is, where I just stopped. Let's play the melody on the top. All separate bows is fine. And we'll give it a try. So here we are on the open E. The melody's on the E string here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. The melody goes to the D string, so let's hop over to the D string. Let's use the 4th finger for that A there. There's a unison A when we're gonna add the open A with it, but let's just use 4th finger A for now. There's a trill. And then there's even a little poco rit. Do you remember what poco rit means? A little retard, a little pull back. So just gently pulling back. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the mezzo forte where we started, and I will play it for you. I'll attempt to play it for you with the double stop and playing it a little bit louder with the mezzo forte. 1, 2. It also has 2 da second time pianissimo. There's one other little detail at the end there. Is that where we end? Is that the end? It's not. It says DC al fine. So DC da capo back to the beginning, and then we're going to end at the fine. So actually, we would just go right back to the beginning. So let me just give you an example. Here's the last couple measures. You just go right back to the top without any break at all. And you might also want to think about the tempo that you started at the beginning. Perhaps you went a little bit slower. I think I did for this musette that we looked at, the one flat section. And when we went back to the beginning, maybe we could kind of pick the tempo up a little bit. And you would also take all the repeats again. So it's a nice long piece. Don't forget to play this with your pianist friend. There's piano music with this. You're missing half of the joy of this piece. So my little commercial for those of us on Patreon and on YouTube, I would love for you to join these things that we do on Patreon. In addition to your weekly lessons, there's also monthly virtual studio circles, which I would love to see you play through a little bit of this one if you want, or you can just come and listen and see what other people have been up to for the month. But it's our community musical bubble time. Bring a cup of tea or something else and come and join your musical community there. It's just a little group of us. And it's, if nothing else, it can be a reminder for you that at the end of the month, because I always do it at the end of the month, we have our virtual studio circle where you can share what you've been practicing. Does not have to be perfect. It will never be perfect, okay? It's really just about playing a little bit of it, getting out of your comfort zone, and knowing that there's something at the end of the month that you can come and play for, and have a really supportive community there. There's also every other Thursday I do violin/viola group classes in the evening, so you can come and have a little music bubble practice time with us. And I also have guest artist classes where I invite a guest artist to come and give us a lesson. So those are once a month, usually on a Thursday or Friday evening, and they are recorded. So if you miss it, you can just rewatch it on Patreon. There's links to all of that below. And for those of you that are on those tiers, thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying those. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you had fun.